my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
They're here.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
It's showtime.
Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the VHS Strikes Back. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to the VHS Strikes Back, the show where we dust off the old video player and go on a nostalgic journey to look at the good and the bad movies of yesteryear. Now, Chris, what are we going to review this week?
Well, it's our good friend Maff, Dave, one of our patrons and one of our big supporters, so thank you very much for your support, mate, over the last few years. He's picked a movie which I've been calling incorrectly this week, Dave, Meals on Wheels. It's not Meals on Wheels. It's no wonder I couldn't find it at first when I was trying to watch it online. It is available on YouTube just for anybody who wants to watch this. But we're going back to 1984. It's a martial arts movie, Dave, which is good to cleanse the palate after the last few weeks' movies that we've had, the last couple of months' movies, because we have gone a little bit off piece with some serious stuff, which has been enjoyable and good chat, but the martial arts is the bread and butter. We haven't done a Lola and Avedon movie, Dave, for nearly 2 years I was looking at, which is sacrilege. So we're going to do, Dave, a Jackie Chan movie, Dave, which also stars Sammo Hung and Yuen Biao as well. So this one is called Wheels on Meals, Dave. Not Meals on Wheels, Wheels on Meals. But it also stars not only Jackie Chan, the greatest martial arts actor of all time, Dave, Mr. Keith Vitali in a supporting role, and Benny the Jet Urquidez is in this as well, Dave, another legend. So, Dave, I'm sure you have, but have you seen this before?
You know what? I have not.
Ah.
I don't know how. I don't know why. I should have definitely seen this, but yeah, I just hadn't seen it. I think my kind of Kung Fu martial arts heyday, if you like, I think was my uncle's showing me all more like the 70s stuff, all the Hong Kong Kung Fu movies. And this one coming out mid-80s has probably already passed that sort of phase. And we were getting more into the, American Ninja and stuff like that, more the Western Hollywood type or straight to video type things. So yeah, no, I hadn't seen it at all, and I'm kicking myself really. Now, I did know of this, so I think it was looking at what else Keith Vitali had been in. And I think I saw an interview. In fact, it might have been, the Scott Adkins series that he was doing for a while, where he'd interview various people, and he was talking about the sidekick, and he properly sort of took out this guy who's like just an old guy when he kicks him in the truck. So this has been on my shortlist for a while, to be honest, and just really glad I watched it this time. And you mentioned about I'll kind of murder this pronunciation probably, but Bao Yen, I'll call him. I recognised him actually from a kung fu movie called The Prodigal Son. And I remember seeing this on a kung fu night that Alexis Sale did, and recorded the whole thing. I think it was on Channel 4 or something like that. And so, yeah, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And that's been on my shortlist for a while as well. So subject you to that. That's more like the, ancient China sort of kung fu movie. But yeah, I mean, surprising. I've got a mate who lives in Barcelona as well, so I was texting him saying, "Oh, you want to get on this? It's all set in Barcelona, and a lot of the architecture and everything is still, very much how it is today is very much how it was then." So it's interesting to see it back. But also, I don't know, did you get a dubbed version or did you get the subtitles?
No, I had the subtitles version.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I actually enjoyed it, to be honest, Dave. I used to hate subtitles, but seeing how stupid the dialogue was as I was watching it, I was like, yeah, this is actually really good. It doesn't distract from some guy from New York trying to be Jackie Chan or something with an English accent. I was like, yeah, no, I actually enjoyed it, to be honest, because I was more enthralled watching the other actors who are not, Chinese, and they were sort of speaking, I think, in Chinese or something. It was weird. It was a strange thing. But anyway, yes, it all added to the immersion of the movie.
Yeah, and I was going to say the same thing. It just seemed strange. I don't know if it's Mandarin or something that they were speaking, but, you know, them being in Barcelona, there's just that inbuilt expectation that they're going to be speaking Spanish. Although I think Sylvia said hola at some point. You know, tu cerveza, por favor. But anyway, so yeah, no, I hadn't watched it. Don't know why I haven't. Kicking myself that I haven't. This should have been right in my sweet spot. I think if it had been out a couple of years earlier, it probably would have been. But yeah, just missed the boat on it. But how about yourself, Chris?
Yeah, so I've never heard of it, Dave. I think when we did No Retreat, No Surrender 3 and looking at Keith Vitali's movies, I think you mentioned that he was in a Jackie Chan movie, and that's always stuck with me. And I remember looking, like I say, fucking Meals on Wheels, these Wheels on Meals. Honestly, until I looked at it as we were prepping the show this morning, I still was calling it Meals on Wheels. Someone was asking me what I'm doing this week, and I said that. But anyway, yeah, never seen anything of it. Knew, obviously, Keith Vitali was in it as a support for more like the fun of, is he any good in it, or is he, you know, what's his position? Is he the main bad guy? And then when I saw Benny the Jet in there, Dave, who made Steven Seagal shit his pants, as the story goes, it's supposed to be true, I thought this is going to be interesting because Jackie Chan around here, obviously I'd seen him originally in the Cannonball Run. I'd not seen him in a lot of other of his movies, but then as we've gone back, and I've seen stuff over the years, but as we've gone back as well, you're looking at different things he's done and the comedy element of his like acting and that, which still stands even to some of the things he did, like Rush Hour and things like that. No, honestly, I'm glad we've done it this week. I'm glad Maff picked it, but never seen it, didn't know anything about it. But I knew it'd be on YouTube because it's that old. These martial arts movies are really readily available. So it's not something people listening are going to have to tune in and go, oh my God, what's going on? You know, like, how are we going to get hold of this one? It's there. Just say, all you do is set your parameters on YouTube to videos over 20 minutes and it comes up and there you go. And it's a freebie. So no, honestly, I'm looking forward to this one, Dave, because Jackie Chan at this point was just, this is like the top of his game, I think, for stunts as well. Not just, I know his career in the 90s went massive Hollywood style, but I think for him doing all the effects and all the stuff he does, like he was taking big risks with a lot of the stunts he was doing in this one. And I think when you watch him, you've got to give him credit, him and his stunt crew, what they do, really good. Even though I do think at one point, I'm sure one of Keith Vitali's kicks was done by a fucking stuntman. There was a couple of kicks I was like, I'm sure that's not Keith Vitali, but then later on it is, so I'm not sure. But anyway, I was looking with eagle eyes, Dave. But no, never knew anything about this until we started doing this podcast. So I am looking forward to it because it's just good to do some martial arts shit as well. Just not think about a story or anything. Just go with the stupidness of a movie.
Yeah. No, it is a bit of a palate cleanser, this one, isn't it? So it's been good to go through this week, and I can't wait to talk about it. But just before we get into our trailer, Chris, we did have a comment on Spotify. So Lee comments quite often, goes back and forth, seems to be a big fan of the show. So he dropped one. He says, "Hi, Dave and Chris. So for me to get a shout out is to give you a bad review." Laughing emoji. You guys are fantastic and you make me laugh so much. And fuck that guy who moaned about the F-bombs. Like myself, we grew up in the 80s. What did he expect? As usual, keep up the good work. And when I was waiting for the next episode, I'm catching up on the ones that I've missed. I wish I'd found you earlier, but it's been great going back and listening to the older episodes. Take care both, and see you on the next one.
That's a nice message. And as Lee said, Dave, fuck that guy. Fuck. Fuckity fuck. There you go, you fucking moaning bellend, whoever you were. Thanks for listening, but don't let the door hit you on the way out. But we love putting the bad reviews and talking about them. That's what I love, when someone just absolutely rips into us and it's like, yep, I can't argue with you. Well, don't listen then. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. But anyway,
absolutely.
Fuck that guy again, Dave. There you go. I won't swear again. There you go.
No, let's not make promises we can't keep. But Chris, should we get into our trailer?
Let's go.
In the bustling streets of Barcelona,
which is apparently full of martial artists, pickpockets, and people with incredible insurance premiums.
Thomas and David run a successful fast food van.
Successful being a generous way of saying they occasionally sell noodles.
By day, they're chefs.
By night, they're still chefs. They just get punched more often.
Until they meet Sylvia.
A woman with a habit of attracting trouble like Jackie Chan attracts broken bones.
Joining forces with private detective Moby.
The world's least effective detective, if Inspector Clouseau had less confidence.
Together, they'll battle gangs, criminals, and impossible odds.
Mostly by throwing themselves through windows and hoping for the best.
Incredible stunts, spectacular chases, martial arts mastery.
And one fight scene so good it makes the rest of cinema look like two blokes arguing in a car park.
Thomas and David run a fast food van in Barcelona, but their routine is disrupted when they become involved with Sylvia, a young woman caught up in a dangerous criminal plot. With the help of private detective Moby, they are drawn into kidnappings, chases, and increasingly chaotic fights across the city. To protect Sylvia, they'll have to rely on friendship, nerve, and some exceptional martial arts skills. Now, Chris, what do you reckon to the opening of this movie?
Well, Dave, you know, two Chinese fast food guys called Thomas and David. You know, I love the fact that, you know, they've gone with that for this movie. But it's a strange setting in Barcelona. I've got all my hands up, Dave. When you put the trailer on last week and he was like, it's in Barcelona. I was like, what? And I mean, it could have been anywhere. It doesn't matter. But I think the way it starts is like typical Jackie Chan. And I love that little yellow van they've got. He's got all these fucking gadgets on it. Some of it reminded me of the Cannonball Run 2 when Jackie Chan and Richard Kiel, Jaws out of James Bond, are together in their little Mitsubishi and they've got all these like little gadgets and stuff. It reminded me a little bit of that. But I think the comedy, I suppose the comedy bits to start, we get a bit of a Morecambe and Wise thing, don't we? Like me and you, Dave, nobody's a straight man in this relationship. But you've got the thing where they're getting ready and then Jackie Chan goes, they open up the two doors and then Jackie Chan's getting changed behind the door in the other guy's room. So it's like they've not got a partition there. There's little bits of comedy thrown in, which I appreciated. Proper old school, like 60s, 70s comedy, that. But no, I think it's a good movie. I think like Jackie Chan is just awesome. And I think like the Yuen Biao who plays David, he's excellent as well. Very underrated. I love the little training montage together. They're doing the sit-ups, they're doing the kicks and everything, all the fighting, then they have a shower and then it's like, right, let's get on the street. But even the bit with Jackie Chan, you can see he's on the skateboard when they get set up and he's like going around to all the market traders and that. But what's strange, Dave, I will say, it's set in Barcelona, but literally all the baddies are of Chinese, Asian descent, aren't they? So it's like, there's not many Spanish things in it. And there's obviously a community there of Chinese, like sort of immigrants and that. But I think it's all part of his crew, isn't it? It's Jackie Chan's crew. And I think sometimes like when they're on the bikes at the start, it takes me out a little bit because the police aren't arsed. But then Jackie Chan's like, Thomas is going, tell you what, let's go Robin Hood on these. And they just start kicking the shit out of them, don't they? Like some of the stunts are brilliant. Like they're so good in this. Honestly, I think there's some great martial arts in this. I don't think all the comedy hits. Maybe it's because I'm watching it nearly 50 years later or whatever it is, 45 years later. But I think there's some great bits in this. And Jackie Chan is just brilliant in this. I think Sammo Hung's pretty good with the comedy element as well as the private detective. He's pretty good as well, but Moby. But yeah, honestly, I've got no complaints. I thought it was just great to watch a martial arts bit of masterpiece, I suppose, and watch Jackie Chan in his prime, I think, doing these sort of stunts because he's very good in this, really good.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, it takes me out of it a little bit being in Barcelona. I don't quite know. I haven't seen in any of the trivia or anything. Why did they film it there? Because it's definitely a Hong Kong movie. But yeah, at the start with Thomas and David doing the whole training montage, and I can see it in my mind's eye now where it looks like they're in separate rooms, but actually no, it's just a bit of a camera trick. And there's something almost carry on about, you know, some of the comedy there that they were setting up. But I think it's just very much in keeping with the Hong Kong martial arts movies, that kind of slapstick comedy almost. But the stunt work is unbelievable. And like you say, David, played by Yuen, I remembered really liking this Prodigal Son movie, but I'd never seen him in anything else. And this is literally the first thing I've seen him in that's not that movie. So again, I'm chomping at the bit now to maybe make you watch that one and think, does it actually hold up the way I think it might do? But it's when he jumps out of the he jumps out of the apartment, and then Thomas has jumped out before, and then he's landed, in an intermediate step, he's landed on the little curtain bit, but David completely misses it and falls on his arse, and it's like, how are you still walking?
Yeah.
Can you imagine you or I trying to do that? You'd definitely be in hospital, wouldn't you? You'd sort of...
100%. 100%.
I just don't know how... And in Hong Kong movies, they just don't give a shit. Like, if this was a Hollywood movie, they obviously get the stunt guys to do the major things, because if, they end up getting carted off to hospital and you've got everything else, all the cameramen, all the crew and everything waiting around for 3 weeks while you get seen to in hospital, well, it's massive money lost. So, yeah, these guys just don't give a fuck, though. And the action is unbelievable. I'm with you. Right. The comedy is just not quite to my taste. But yeah, especially I would say, I think it's okay in the first 2/3 of the movie, but actually it just ramps up. And that last act is some of the best martial arts I've seen.
Yeah, I agree. I think what's interesting, though, Dave, Sylvia, especially for most of the movie, she's not a redeemable character, is she?
No.
The girl, she's very pretty. Lola Forner, she's called, she's really pretty. But obviously, they see her at the mental asylum. So David's dad's in there. Obviously, Thomas is David's cousin. They go and see him, and he's chatting away, and he's fishing. I mean, I must admit, Dave, I know it's wrong, but they're all in this mental institute. And the dad's fishing in this little bowl with white. There's this little bowl of fishing rod. Dave's like, oh, he's fishing. Don't make a noise and everything. And then, but because they're on this mental institute and you're seeing different characters, what they're going through and everything, and now they're pretty living in a different world, like a fantasy world. And they're really late. Obviously, the dialogue isn't politically correct anyway, the way they describe it, not now. But it's the bit when he says, I've got a date, and they're like, oh, yeah, sure you have. The next minute, obviously, Sylvia turns up. Then her mum turns up, who doesn't look much younger than her, Dave, to be honest, older than her, sorry. And and they're like, holy shit, the dad's in, he's all in, basically. Yeah. He's done all right. And then the dad's going, right, basically, fuck off you two. See ya. I'm going to get my end away here while I'm still, I might be fishing into a breakfast bottle, but I'm still getting my fucking leg over. But I think it sets it up then, because I wasn't sure. It seemed to be David was more into Sylvia than Thomas, but even though Jackie Chan is probably the lead character in it, and whether it's because of his wife or whatever, something he didn't want to do to disrespect, because I thought Thomas would have been the one, but David falls for it, doesn't he? But
he was smitten, wasn't he?
He was smitten, but we don't know anything about Sylvia. And then obviously the next scene, they're at night, and she's basically a prostitute there, or a hooker on this road with all these other women. And I know from watching, I know it sounds silly this day, but there's an Urquidez and Pet reference, and it was in Germany, the first series. But there's a scene where they go to a brothel, and all the women are just stood on the street, and that's what it reminded me of, that scene. I know this was done a few years later, not coming out Urquidez and Pet, but the first series. But it just sort of, I think that's how it was years ago with stuff like that. And you think Sylvie, and you're sort of like, oh no, she's a hook. What's going on? I'm thinking, is she undercover cop or something? No, she's not, Dave. She's just a fucking pickpocket. So these blokes, and it's difficult to vouch for her, I think, for at least half an hour or so when you sort of understand what the story's about. But she's just pickpocketing all these blokes, isn't she? Who obviously they're paying for sex and that. She's a pretend hooker. But I think what you said a minute ago helps this story. There isn't really a great story. However, the action is amazing. And I do like some of the stuff Sylvia does when she's pickpocket. When she hits Moby's car and she's stolen that little Fiat 500, and he's there leaning over and he's got this massive wallet in his back pocket, Dave. And she's like, thank you. And these little sleight of hand things I like. I think this is a great movie. I just think, you've just got to forget about the story, forget about the dialogue, and just go with like the capers of it. Because I think Thomas and David they're a good foil together, and I didn't mind the fact that I was watching in its original language with the subtitles, which I usually hate, because like I said before, I found it fascinating just what was the dialogue, because some of it was terrible. You're like, who the fuck's written this? You know what I mean? Like, really bad. It doesn't matter, because it's just Jackie Chan, and some of the stunts the car chases are brilliant in this. You don't get enough credit for the car chases are excellent in this. There's some cracking scenes, not just at the start, but at the end, but the middle, the bike stunts were great when they were fighting with, and they're real things when they were kicking them off the bikes and everything like this. There was definitely some broken bones in this day, but again, a very underrated Jackie Chan movie for me. This,
with the bike stunts, so you get the almost like the 80s punks, you know, just randomly terrorizing, you know, this whole tourist square where they set up with the little food van and everything. But when they kick them off the bikes there, I mean, that's a great scene, isn't it? But yeah, I was wincing almost again, thinking, oh God, that must have hurt. But yeah, Sammo Hung sort of directed this, didn't he? So as well as playing the bumbling kind of detective Moby, he directed it. And it's kind of encouraged me to seek out more films that he's directed, because, like I say, they obviously give no fucks about the health and safety. So I'm intrigued now to seek out more of his movies and just, you know, make sure I get a good selection of what he's done, and then I can compare this one.
Yeah, I agree, because I think there's a great mix of it, and it could be the budget because Jackie Chan's in it as well, but you can see this isn't a low budget movie, is it? There's been some money thrown behind this, and I know it was a massive success. Like they changed its names, didn't it? It should have been Meals on Wheels. They changed it to Wheels on Wheels because they thought it was going to be a flop, didn't they? There was different movies, and one thing that's fascinated me, Dave, more than anything, is this was the original. This movie spawned the first ever side-scrolling martial arts movie, game Kung Fu, that came out on the Super Famicom, which was the Famicom, which is the Nintendo NES. And that's where you got games like it inspired stuff like Super Mario, things like that. And it's that game that we used to play as a kid, where, you know, the guy's side-scrolling and you would have him following him, and you'd have ones like they get him in like a headlock and he'd move backwards, and you'd have to twist the stick and then he'd kick.
Oh, God, I love that in the arcade.
That's it. That's the game. That's based on this movie, Thomas and Sylvia. So it's actually Thomas trying to save Sylvia. I watched it before. I watched the whole video before. Wow. You complete the game in 12 minutes. Because in China, it's actually, this movie's called Spartan X. So it's not even called, and then the game was called Spartan X, but in the UK and America, it was released as Kung Fu. And that's, honestly, it's that game. That's that fucking annoying. I used to love it. Wiggle. I loved it. I used to love it. I used to hate the guy in the ninja stars though. And I've just watched it. You can complete it in 12 minutes apparently. If you could, I watched the video on it this morning before we were recording. It was on a proper rabbit hole going, oh my God, the amount of money I have spent on that game over the years in the arcade. And this is what it was based on, this movie. And there's two other sequels. And the third one in the 90s used Jackie Chan's likeness on the actual cover.
I'm trying to think,
was unbelievable.
Was it Kung Fu that they were playing in Bloodsport with Frank Dukes and Jackson?
That's it. Yeah. Kung Fu, that's it. Yeah. What an unbelievable link that is. A game that me and you've probably spent hours playing in the arcades, because they were the only games. There was that and 1942, or there was Daley Thompson's the track and field. The track and field was in the arcade.
That was a joystick buster, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were the main ones as a kid, Dave, before Street Fighter come in and stuff. But yeah, unbelievable. What a link to what we're doing today.
Yeah, so many 10 pences.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Loved it.
But yeah, so I mean, getting back to the movie, like you say, there's not really much of a plot. I think for most of the movie, we don't really know why Sylvia is being chased by this gang of hoodlums mostly, and you know, it's only later it becomes obvious it's part of this inheritance thing with her brother. But yeah, I must admit, when it gets to the bit with Keith Vitali in, at that moment, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder what you're thinking right now.
I was getting a stirring, Dave, a definite stirring with the legend.
No, again, I'd kind of seen the actual scene itself because I'm sure it was from that Scott Adkins interview where Vitali says, they reshoot so many of the different action scenes, don't they? Sort of like 5 minutes of footage, they'll have done that for 2 days or something. And again, Vitali was really, his best kick was his side kick. And he properly caught Jackie Chan in this. I'm not sure how much Jackie minds, it seems par for the course for him to break something in a movie and get injured in some way. But he kind of misjudged it and went a bit high and properly caught him in that first fight.
The first fight. You know what? I'll have to watch that again because I was watching the stuff with Benny the Jet at the end, and I thought there was a couple of punches there where they were close up and you could see he was blocking Benny the Jet, but then Jackie Chan proper smacks him on one of them, and that's not. So they must have had a grip. Obviously, he was a kickboxing champion, wasn't he, as well? So he's used to getting hit probably more than Jackie Chan because obviously he's a movie actor as much as he did martial arts, and he's used to that thing. I think there's a difference when you do it as a trained professional kickboxing world champion. So he probably let him do it. But I'm with you. I think like the stuff with the fighting just looks so good. And Keith Vitali, Dave, on screen, he's such a good martial artist. Like his kicks and that are great. Benny the Jet, but like say Jackie Chan, and got to give them both credit, Dave. Jackie Chan and Yuen Biao, how good are they in shape? Unbelievable. They are in such good shape. Six pack. They look awesome. Honestly, the pair of them, they look so good as the team together. I think it works. It's almost like a buddy cop thing, isn't it? The cousins and they're helping Sylvia. But it's the capers of like when they got that car chase with the yellow van and the police are chasing him and it rams the police and that. Some of the like I love the handbrake turns of it all and everything because like they're not predominantly fast vehicles really, but they went for like a bit of a souped up one with like nice fucking alloys on it and wide wheels and everything. It just works for me, this movie. It's just silly, like really fucking stupid. And I think David and Thomas, they don't necessarily want to get involved in the gangster stuff, but because of Sylvia, they have to. And I think like they lever every one of the henchmen's team until he gets to like Benny and Keith Vitali, and then he's like, right, go and sort them out. And that's when it ramps up. Because I'm with you. I think that fight scene at the end with Benny Urquidez is one of the best choreographed martial arts scenes I've seen in a movie for a long time. I think he's up there. He's got to be in the top 5, if not top 10. Absolutely brilliant fight scene.
I think the movie just elevates to a different level when you can see that David and Thomas, they fancy themselves. They train constantly, so they're not afraid to get into a fight. And generally, they'll come out on top. We'd seen them, take out the biking gang pretty easily. And, all these different henchmen, they've always got the upper hand. And then they come up against Keith Vitali and Benny the Jet. And that's when it changes and they get a bit of a pasting, don't they?
Yeah.
But from that point, the martial arts is just different level. And the thing is, like you say, I don't know whether it's because Benny the Jet was more or less into the movie style of fighting. It looked to me like he was properly going for it. The power, the force that he's putting into some of those punches and kicks. And I think he did ruffle a few feathers. But the end result is just this amazing action. I mean, they're sort of jumping to the end a bit, but when they're in the castle and you get this, all these different action scenes and they sprinkle in a little bit of comedy as well, don't they, with Sammo Hung and, they're kind of pairing off. You've got Keith Vitali again, he's fighting David, and then you've got Benny the Jet going against Jackie Chan, and it's the editing, it's sort of flipping between those different action scenes. I honestly, I feel like I want to go and watch it again now as soon as we finish recording. I think I've said it before, it's some of the best martial arts I've seen, but just really well edited together as well, because you go in, it's not just, say, the final fight scene in Enter the Dragon or something like that. It's going between the multiple fights. They're going between the different rooms. You've got, the classic thing with Jackie Chan where he's using the different props that are around him and stuff. It was just, absolutely brilliant, this end bit.
Yeah, it was. It was amazing. And I think I looked at the time, Dave. I think it was about 15 minutes. This fight scenes went across, like David and Thomas fighting Vitali and Urquidez, and that was a great fight. Keith Vitali was a cracking fight with David, but it wasn't a patch on that. And you can see Jackie Chan was top billing in this. Like he is so good in this. Like honestly, I'm with you. If you love martial arts movies, that fight at the end is one of the best, and the choreography. And there's a couple of little bits of comedy in it, but when each person gets injured, and then they go, right, fuck it, I'm going again, let's go. And I love the fact that Benny the Jet's got like a shirt and fucking pants on, Dave. You know what I mean? Like with rock on Tommy braces and that, because he just looks menacing, doesn't it? He looks hard as fuck, though, to be honest. Not just in the movie. He looks like, I know he was about 5'6", 5'7", but I'd say he would kick the shit out of me and you put together, Dave, in his heyday. We'd have been fucked.
Wouldn't
probably
even
now
break a sweat.
He's 80 now. He probably beat us both up now, but just such great cinema. And I think like these are the sort of movies, like when you do the VHS, we've done some like proper thought-provoking movies in that. But when you got stuff like this is why movies exist, because you can go and watch. So like I picked Heat the other week, a masterpiece. They're doing a remake, something different. And it's for me, it's like a proper sort of cops and robbers type movie, innit? It's a heist movie, everything. Some great acting. And then you get something like this, and this can sit alongside it as something completely different, but something I enjoyed as well. I didn't think I wouldn't enjoy it, but I just wasn't sure. And I just took everything out of it about like how bad the acting is, and the comedy skits didn't really hit. But the martial arts is up there with some of the best we've ever covered, I think, on the VHS.
Yeah. 100%. And there's another film that came out about 4 years later called Dragons Forever, and that's also got Jackie Chan, Benny the Jet, Sammo Hung, and Yuen Biao. Yeah. So I might have to seek that out as well, and just see how that one compares.
No, well, you know what? I actually, this is completely off the martial arts thing, and I think it's probably something we'll probably cover at some point. The second one, definitely, or the second one, or the one with them all in, is I realised last night, Dave, that there's a movie that I absolutely loved in the 90s, and I went through. You have a tracker because you're so organised and so good. You have a proper track of every single thing we've ever done. And I know Clark Griswold, you're training him up well. I've left him alone this week, to be fair. But and there's a movie I can't believe we've never done. And I'm probably going to pick it next time. And I'm like, I cannot believe this hasn't been done in all the years been doing the VHS. So I think next time I've got to do it. I was going to go martial arts again, but this has cleansed my palate, I think. And I've been looking at Lauren Avedon movies recently, Dave, and there's not many other ones.
There's not many left.
No, there isn't. Even though it's been 2 years for The Legend. So I don't know where we go next with my martial arts thing. But this movie, honestly, I was looking at the list. We've done like 370 episodes, haven't we, roughly? And I'm thinking, I don't know why I don't pick every episode, but how has nobody picked this movie across everyone, including myself? I'm like, wow, so I'm definitely picking that next time. I just think it's in a couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to it.
Are there any clues? Because you're leaving us hanging here, me and the listeners.
That's the whole point. I know, because I've got to do an impression when I pick it, Dave. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll say to you. There's a German sports car in it, which is quite prominent all the way through, and one other, let me see.
Herbie Goes Bananas, is it?
No.
No,
that's a no, it's not.
Not really a sports car, but
no. Right. So he's got a German sports car that's in it quite prominently. Also, it has an X-Files link, Dave, and that's all I'll say. People will get that probably straight away if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's it. That's the two clues I'm giving.
I'll have to marinate on that one later, but
Not on the toilet, hopefully. But anyway,
nothing. So, you know what, though? While we're talking about other movies, I'm just looking at this Dragons Forever. It's another one that's directed by Sammo Hung, so I might have to watch this one in the next week or so.
But 100%.
What did you make? So you almost, I guess it's Hong Kong, still under British rule. It's 1984, isn't it? And you get the almost James Bond type character turning up at the end, like Q or something.
With the Three Musketeers thing as well.
Oh, yeah.
the bad name. But yeah, the movie, I think it just tried to, it didn't, the thing is, it took different things from different movies, but I don't think it ruined it, Dave. I think it's still it was just fun. I think it's just like, it's fun at the end. And the fact that what makes me laugh is the main bad guy, right? He does fuck all in the movie, right? He's not even like nails or anything. But then we get this like comedy. We've just had two of the most brutal fighting sequences you're ever going to see. And then we get this whole like comedy martial arts, this sword thing where they're all fencing, three of them against him. And then he sort of, one of them sort of pierces his arm as if to say, "We've got you," and that's it. He's done. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, you can see it's clearly not him when he was fencing earlier on. It was because he put the mask on, didn't he? And then they panned him taking the mask off. There wasn't all in one shot that. But no, I think that's the only thing was a little bit dissatisfying because I think because you fought the two henchmen, there isn't much you can do with the main guy because he's just literally got and he's put his hands out and go, "Yeah, sorry, officer, it's a fair cop," because he's not a match for him, is he, physically? So it just made no sense, that bit. I think really Moby should have probably took him out maybe before the end fight scenes or at the same time, and all three of them beat their nemesis, because that would have been the only logical thing, really, because that went a bit too comedy. That thing, I don't think that really hit for me, that last bit.
Yeah. Like I said, I mentioned about Enter the Dragon before, but you want the kind of fight at the end, don't you, between Lee and Han? That's the kind of, you want the big baddie at the end, don't you? And again, making the reference back to the Kung Fu, that sort of platform game, and there was always a big baddie at the end, wasn't there?
Always, yeah. So, and you're right. You'd have something like you say, Enter the Dragon. Even though that I was never convinced by that old guy, to be honest. Even with his fucking dodgy claw hand, I think I said at the time, it never made sense that he was an equal to Bruce Lee. I would never have any of that. But no, like I say, it doesn't ruin the movie. It's just a silly bit. And I think even what gets me again though is the last scene is obviously Sylvie comes over with her auntie or her mum or whatever it is, and she's like, "Have you got a summer job?" And they're like, yeah. And then Moby turns up and he's like, "I've got something, I need your help, let's go." And then they just fucking boo him, and everyone's like laughing, going, "Ha, ha, ha." And then they fucking boo him to the floor and go, "Fuck off, we're not going with you. We don't want anything to do with you, pal." And then it's like a big joke and it goes off. And it was almost like Police Squad levels of like stupid, that bit at the end. I think. But
you got a bit of banana on you.
Yeah, you got I love that. I fucking love that. That fucking massive banana falls off his fucking... Yeah, brilliant. But no, Dave, it doesn't ruin the movie, but it does end like there's going to be a sequel, which there obviously wasn't officially. But anyway, I think Maff has picked the belter today. I've loved it. I love talking about this one. I think it's so silly, and the choreography is brilliant. Jackie Chan and his stunt crew deserve a round of applause because it's so well made. This is right up our alley, 100%.
Absolutely. And on that note, Chris, should we get into our final review?
Let's go. So, Dave, I know I usually jump in at this point and give my review, but we have some words from our good friend and Patreon who picked the movie Maff, Dave. So I'll let you take it away.
We absolutely do. So here we go. This is what he says. "Hey, Chris and Dave. So, Wheels on Meals. Funny when you both appeared on Spider Dan's podcast discussing Jackie Chan, it had me looking up some of his best fights. That brought this film up. And then I remembered seeing it when I was a lot younger. I used to go to my cousins at weekends, And his stepdad would let us watch all these amazing films that me and my cousin Chris would probably shouldn't have been watching. So things like Rambo, Commando, Cobra, Beastmaster, and this was there too. Kind of like if Enter the Dragon met the Three Stooges. Which I think is a good...
it's true, that
could be on the video case, that, couldn't it? It doesn't break any new ground with the story. It does what it has to do to keep things moving, but some of the fights and stunts are what you remember from it. And more than likely, the trivia from the film may be as entertaining as the film itself. I think Keith Vitali doesn't do as much, but it's one of his early films. Sacrilege, maybe.
Yep.
However, that fight between Chan and Benny the Jet is something else. And again, there are rumoured stories of them not getting along, as Benny was a bit more than Chan expected, apparently not throwing punches and them coming to blows. Anyway, hope you did enjoy it. And Chris, you can't mark it down because it's not dubbed. I've watched both the dub and the sub, and trust me, the sub makes more sense. Some of the dubbing isn't great, in my opinion. It's even worse when they've tried to redo it in 2006 and they sound even worse. Hopefully this is a pleasure for the fighting, but a pain for the story. So there you go, Chris.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. And he's right. I watched the sub version, so Maff, you are right, because I think if I'd watched the dub on, it would have just took it right out. I think it just went with it, even if I was looking at the silly dialogue. So, no, thank you for that, mate. Really great pick. Great pick. And I think from my point of view for reviewing it, I'm pretty much where Maff is with this, Dave. I think this is just such a great movie for the choreography, the stunts, the car chases. He's great. He's absolutely brilliant. And that fight at the end, Maff's right, it's absolutely awesome. It's up there, some of the best martial arts fights I've seen, irrespective of the Three Stooges skits that are going on and the silliness and the comedy they're trying to put across on the screen. It works. I think everything just works about it. So I'm going to put this in Pleasantville, Dave. It's not a Cloud City, but it's certainly not a Hill Valley. It's above that. It's a great movie, and one I'm so pleased that we've covered again. Another little gem and an absolute classic bit of martial arts and Jackie Chan. So I doff my hat, Dave, and there you go. So what about yourself?
I think I'm with you. I think it's a Pleasantville. I think the action is absolutely the best thing about this movie, and it just gets better and better. It is a good standard martial arts movie, I would say, up until the point when Thomas and David meet the two, bigger henchmen. And actually, I didn't realize how tall Vitali was. I don't know. I guess Lauren Avedon's quite tall as well, isn't he? So it doesn't come across as much in No Retreat, No Surrender 3, but he definitely towers above most of the people in here. And yeah, from that point, the martial arts just gets so much better. And yes, massive rewatchability. Chris, if I'd have seen this as a kid, I'd have watched this over and over again. And I think I'd have been more forgiving of some of the comedy, some of the camera trickery at the start and the silliness to it. It's almost like Confessions of a Window Cleaner or something like that. It's kind of on that level at the start. So I didn't love it. Like that first 2/3 of the movie, I'm liking the action, but not the story quite so much, which is what knocks it down a little bit. But if this was purely, if it was all about the martial arts, you're probably pushing a Cloud City, I would think. But yeah, massively enjoyed it. Like I say, I'll definitely be watching this one again, and right up there with some of the greatest martial arts that has been committed to film.
Yeah, I agree. I can't disagree with any of that. I think it's just such a good movie. Excellent stuff. Now, at this point, Dave, I do say, what have we got next? Now, what have we got next? Because I don't know.
Well, Chris, this week we've got a pick from our good friend Lee over at the Movie Vent. So give that a watch as well. Give Lee a follow over there. This one, Chris, is staying in the martial arts arena, but I don't think it's going to quite hit the heights. I've got a feeling, because this one, Chris, is called Ninja Condors 13. Now let's get into the trailer.
Oh yeah, this little series, Dave.
This looks more like Miami Connection or something.
Yeah.
Or New York Ninja.
Yeah. He's
fighting
back.
his way through another action-packed adventure.
Oh my word!
The white
This is like
ninja,
samurai
the
code.
black suited ninja. This is
You'll be
This is
mesmerized
great.
by unbelievable ninjutsu.
This is
feats of
amazing.
skill and strength.
Oh, Chris, I'd have eaten this up as a kid.
I can't wait for this.
You're my best man. Do you understand?
Oh,
Ninja
Dave.
Condors 13.
This is gonna
Underworld
be
warlords
unbelievable.
create violence and terror in the fight for supremacy.
I love the music.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's almost Terminator-like.
Yeah, that's a good call, that. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Oh, hang on a fucking minute. What's going on here? It's got everything, Dave. Twin Peaks and everything. I've never heard of this.
No.
It's got that, like, low budget.
It's like Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Yeah. I like Sharon Stone, then. It's not.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any recognisable names in this one.
No. Oh, Dave, shoot Huff. You know what he's out of, don't you?
Ninja
No.
Condors 13.
I don't either. Just
Killers stalk that
Huff,
deadly
are you
foe
sure it's not
with
Hugh?
death and destruction in their wake.
probably cute, yeah. So I don't recognise him. Oh, wow, look at this. I don't know, Dave. This could be a bit of a gem, this.
I mean, I think it was a bit quick to say the martial arts won't be as good.
He's fucking looking good, this.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
Ninja Condors 13.
He said Ninja
Martial
Condors
arts
13
explode
about
onto
4
the screen
times.
As expert assassins weave their web of death.
What a pick this is.
Yeah.
There's no way none of the bullets didn't aim.
This is looking wonderfully terrible. This is...
This is looking like I need to watch this straight away, Dave.
Yeah.
For murder and intrigue in the frightening world of the Super Ninja. Don't miss it.
Oh, I can't wait. And the whole film is available on YouTube because we were looking for the
like
trailer.
all the
It come up.
classics.
Yeah, 90 minutes. That is going to be unbelievable. Oh, I can't wait for that. Lee, mate, you've picked an absolute classic. I can't wait for that. We've not had some proper shit for ages like that. That is, the Jackie Chan one was good, but it wasn't in the, the pain side of just being a terrible movie. This is a terrible movie, but the martial arts looks unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks like that
Can't wait.
classic straight-to-video action as well, thrown in with all the martial arts. So,
I might jump too soon here, Dave, on saying I was going to pick a 90s classic. I've got I'm getting the juices are flowing again. The martial arts stuff.
well, we're getting into our martial arts season accidentally, aren't we? So,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah, let's see. No, thank you, Lee. Anyway, thank you, Maff, as well. What a great pick today. Love that, mate. Absolutely loved it. If you want to email us, vhsstrikesback@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @VHSStrikesback. If you want to abuse us, just put a review on Spotify and we'll read it out. If you think we're absolutely terrible as podcast hosts and as a show, that's fine. If you don't like profanities, then we're definitely not the show for you. But there you go. So get over to, if you do, on joking aside, if you want to drop us a review, we do appreciate it, good or bad. It don't matter, we poke fun at ourselves, but it just helps us get out there to more people as well, as more people discover the podcast after all these years. But no, thank you to everyone and everyone on Discord. It's great. If you're a Patreon, get over to Discord if you haven't joined yet. It's such good fun and we have such good things. Dave's been doing some watch-alongs, haven't you, on a Friday, Dave? Which has been great fun as well. So thanks for doing that, mate. I appreciate it as well. But also the Roll Call of Honour and a big thank you to you wonderful patrons and everyone past and present who supported myself and Dave. So big thank you to Chris Graham, Matt, Nick, Greg, Gareth, Lee, Mike, Helen, Dylan, Dan, Justin, Susan, Tim, Matt Hales, Kent, Lucky Luda Green, Herbs, Jack, Maff, Blake, John Hammond and Mr. Tony Farina. So thank you so much for all your support, guys. Amazing stuff. And I just want to say on a personal note as well, Dave, Tony messaged me this week, some personal positive news for Tony. So congrats, mate. I think you probably know what it is, Dave. But yeah, Tony Farina, top man. And he's had a bit of a rough ride recently. and he's a great guy. So I'm really pleased for Tony and his family. So keep going, Tony, top man. But don't ever pick what was it? That
Speed Racer.
Yeah, or Tank Girl ever again, Tony. Yeah, don't ever do that again. But anyway, Tony, send in our love because you're a top man.
Yeah, no, that was brilliant. It made me really happy when I found that out. So awesome stuff.
Good man, good man. So, Dave, what musical magic have you got for us today, my friend?
Well, Chris, we are in Spain. We are in 1984. So where do you think I've gone?
What fucking
we have gone back to Benidorm. And I mentioned about Confessions of a Window Cleaner as well. So just some of the comedy and the interactions certainly with David around Sylvia being all awkward and everything. So I've gone full on double entendre, silliness, agadoo type thing again. But even before we get into that one, Chris, we're going to hear a song from Maff, who'd sent me this in a little while ago. And so, again, picture yourself, you're on holiday, and the first band up you're going to get is a bit of a 90s boy band, followed by a bit of 80s cheese party pop. So here we go.
Meals on wheels, on the wheels on wheels. Hey, still a baby. Woke up in Barcelona, the sun was shining bright. We got the burgers flipping, yeah, we're doing it right. I'm on the skateboard, weaving through the street, serving up the justice and a little bit of meat. Then I saw her face, Sylvia was her name. A pickpocket princess playing a dangerous game. She stole my heart and maybe my wallet too. But when the thugs show up, you know what we gotta do. We've got the wheels on meals, baby. Feel the heat. We're serving up high kicks and something to eat. From the yellow van to the castle walls. If you mess with us, you're gonna lose it all. One part kung fu, 2 parts fries. Look into our dreamy Jackie Chan eyes. Yo, check the detective, I'm bumbling through, searching for the heiress, yeah, I haven't a clue. But when the count starts acting like a total jerk, that's when the three of us really go to work. I got the snacks, Thomas got the speed, David's got the muscles, that's all we need. And then I met him in the library. The man in the suit, the man with the boots. Danny the Jet is kicking my chest, but I'm a boy band legend, I'm better than the rest. We're not giving up. We've got the wheels on meals, baby. Feel the heat. We're serving up high kicks and something to eat. From the yellow van to the castle walls. If you mess with us, you're gonna lose it all. Order up, girl.
Watch the spin kick.
Does anyone have a Band-Aid? Wheels on me.
Okay, Dave, you one of the reps on the pool. Hi everyone, here's the hotel song. Just see that lighter at the side of the pool with all the women in the pool while you're doing your fucking moves.
Sylvia likes to squeeze, she'll get her hands up on your wallet before you've spread the cheese. Step to the left, step to the right. Hold your tray firmly and keep it upright. Bend down low, give it a shake. Don't let your feelings fall out of your bap. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. Grab hold of your partner and show them what you've got. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals.
You sort of see all the old people, dancing away to it. kids dancing along, got no idea.
Pull it to the right. Keep it nice and steady or it won't go in tonight. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. Everybody wants a bit of wheels on meals. Now grab your serving equipment, push it forward, pull it back, give it a little wiggle. Not that much, madam. You'll spill the sauce. Roll it through the plaza, park it by the square. The ladies want a portion, but the boys are never there. Sylvia likes the takings, the villains want to share. Jackie's got his hands full, but he's very good in pairs. Step to the left, step to the right. Grip it with both hands and squeeze it nice and tight. Lift up your tray, turn around. If your meat falls out, pick it off the ground. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. Grab hold of your partner and show them what you've got. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. Give your buns a wobble while the sausage stays hot. Push it to the left, pull it to the right. Keep it nice and steady or it won't go in tonight. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. Everybody wants a bit of wheels on meals. There's a jet inside the castle and he's waiting for a go. Jackie says I'll take him and the crowd will shout, "Ooh no!" He's fast and hard and dangerous, he'll put you through the wall. Jackie keeps on coming back no matter how hard he falls. Everybody freeze! Check your buns! Check your sausage! Benny the Jet is ready for a
Yeah,
portion!
childish.
Kick, duck, in, out, shake it all about. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. Barcelona's bouncing and the van is rocking too. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. There's plenty on the menu and a special just for you. Push it to the left, pull it to the right. Give your buns a wobble and hold your sausage tight. Do the wheels on meals, do the wheels on meals. Everybody wants a bit of wheels on meals. Show us your buns, handle your meat. Give it some sauce, keep it neat. Push it in, pull it out. That's what wheels on meals is all about. Wheels on meals. Oi! Oi!
There you go, Chris.
Very good, mate. Very good.
Like you say, dancing round the pool. Might have overshot it a little bit with the double entendres there. But no, thank you very much for the chat, sir. That was brilliant. Thanks, Maff, so much for the pick. And Lee, for next week. I've got a feeling I'm going to be thanking you as well.
I'm loving that.
Thanks to all our listeners out there. Thanks to all our supporters. And we'll speak to you next time.
Bye.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I'll be back. That's not.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Wax on, wax off. Get to the chopper! One ring to go. All right. Ding, ding. Bust you up. Go for it.
Well, here we go. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Come on. Ain't so bad. You ain't nothing. Come on. You must be crazy or something. I'm crazy. You just a stupid fool. Yeah, maybe you're stupid. I ain't breathing heavy. He's a fool. He's stupid. I've seen you at 6
I must break you.